Have you ever pondered the significance of advocating for peace and human rights?
Please subscribe to this channel. Your single membership is extremely valuable for our growth and motivation. To receive regular updates, click the bell icon.
It's more than just a noble pursuit. It's an essential cornerstone of our global society, a beacon of hope for those oppressed and marginalized. Advocacy for peace and human rights fosters an environment where everyone, regardless of their race, religion, or ethnicity, can thrive. It is about cultivating respect, promoting equality, and ensuring freedom for all individuals. In a world where conflicts and disparities persist, it is these advocates who often stand as the first line of defense against the erosion of these fundamental rights. They champion the cause of the voiceless, the oppressed, and the marginalized, pushing back against the tide of injustice. They remind us of the inherent dignity and worth of every human being, and the importance of maintaining peace as a universal value. For it's not just about them, or us, but about all of us, together. The consequences of compromising these rights ripple out, affecting societies, nations, and ultimately, our shared world. Let's bear in mind, when these fundamental rights are compromised, the consequences affect us all. Among those who champion for peace and human rights, one name stands out: Manzoor Ahmad Pashteen. This dynamic leader is at the helm of the Pashtun Tahaffuz movement, or PTM, a group formed in 2018 in the wake of Pakistan's military campaigns in the Pashtun belt. Pashteen is not just a leader, he's a symbol of resistance and advocacy for the rights of the Pashtun ethnic group. His voice has rung out against extrajudicial killings, enforced disappearances, and harassment of Pashtuns. But he's not just a critic of these injustices, he's also a critic of Pakistan's military. He's been vocal in opposing unauthorized militant group activities, standing firm in his anti-war and anti-militancy stance. Pashteen's courage and determination have made him an influential figure, a beacon of hope for many, yet, his outspoken nature and unwavering commitment to the cause have also made him a target. Pashteen's voice has resonated with many, but it appears this has come with a heavy price. On December 4th, Pashteen's voice was silenced. He was arrested under mysterious circumstances. En route to Turbat town, Manzoor Ahmad Pashteen, the leader of the Pashtun Tahaffuz movement, suddenly disappeared. The events that followed were shrouded in confusion and conflicting accounts. Eyewitnesses spoke up, claiming that Pakistani forces had fired at Pashteen's vehicle. However, the authorities told a different story, accusing Pashteen's supporters of initiating the gunfire. As time passed, a wave of uncertainty swept across the globe. Questions arose. What had happened to Pashteen? Was he safe? Where was he? The answers were nowhere to be found, and Pashteen's whereabouts remained a mystery. Days turned into a blur until finally, on December 7th, Pashteen reappeared, not at a rally or a protest, but in an entirely different setting. He stood before an Islamabad court, where he was granted a 7-day remand. Pashteen's whereabouts remained unknown until he appeared before an Islamabad court on December 7th, where he was granted a 7-day remand. The arrest of a peaceful advocate did not go unnoticed. It sparked a widespread outcry and demands for answers. Manzoor Ahmad Pashteen's arrest seemed to reverberate around the world, shaking the very foundations of peace and human rights advocacy. The news spread like wildfire, igniting global conversations and protests. Social media platforms buzzed with the hashtag #FreePashteen. People from all corners of the globe, regardless of their ethnicity or background, rallied behind this cause. They demanded transparency, justice, and most importantly, Pashteen's immediate release. Protests sprang up in cities worldwide, with citizens brandishing signs reading "Justice for Pashteen" and "Stop silencing peace advocates." These protests and social media campaigns were not just about one man. They were about the broader issue of peace and human rights advocacy. They were a call to arms, a plea to the world to stop turning a blind eye to injustices. But amidst this global uproar, a looming question casts a long shadow. The question remains, what does Pashteen's arrest mean for the future of peace and human rights advocacy? In the wake of Pashteen's arrest, concerns about his safety persist, and his supporters continue to protest for his release. His disappearance and sudden reappearance in court have raised many questions, with the veil of mystery only adding fuel to the fire. The Global Outcry is a testament to the impact of his advocacy for the Pashtun ethnic group, and his condemnation of extrajudicial actions. The Pashtun Tahaffuz movement, formed in 2018, continues to fight against harassment, enforced disappearances, and extrajudicial killings of Pashtuns. Pashteen's arrest, seen as contradictory to his anti-war and anti-militancy stance, has triggered a wave of resistance, not just within Pakistan, but around the world. As we move forward, the world watches closely, hoping for a resolution that upholds justice and human rights. In this video, we've explored the importance of advocating for peace and human rights, the arrest of Manzoor Ahmad Pashteen, and the global response. Remember, when the voice of peace is silenced, it's not just one person who suffers, but humanity as a whole.
Please subscribe to this channel. Your single membership is extremely valuable for our growth and motivation. To receive regular updates, click the bell icon.